Okay, so page 6 is a lot of practice for that. So, and the different ways your homework's going to ask about them. So I always start with a sketch. Just do this, put a Z over here, put a 0 here. That's how I start all my sketches. This one says to the right of 1.23. So to the right. So let's say this is 1.23. To the right would be this way. Okay, that means I'm going to look up in a positive table 1.23, and then I'm going to subtract because it's going to give me the number that goes here. So if I go to the positive Z table and I go down to 1.2 and I go over to 0.03, it's going to tell me 0.8907. Okay, that means this is 0.8907. So to get this, it's 1 minus that. So this comes out to 0.1093. Okay. Next one, negative 103. That's in here somewhere, negative 103, and it's to the left. So this way. So that's the number in the chart. So that's going to be on the negative table. And I'm going to go to negative 1.0 and over to 0.03. And I'm going to see 0.1515. So right there is 0.1515. That's the area or the p-value. Okay. Cumulative area, the probability, the percent chance that one of your data points is over there. Okay. Between. All right, between a 0 and a negative 0.2, right in there. All right, which means I'm going to look up this one in the table. And what's the 0? Do I need to look up the 0 in the table? It's going to go this way, which is 0.5. Let me show you that. Let me erase one from before. All right, we are in the 0 table. It doesn't matter. So if you go in the 0 table, it kind of looks weird, but here's 0, right? Oops. Here's 0 right there. If you're in the positive table, here's 0 right here. Okay. And what was the other number? The other number was negative 0.32. Let's go to the negative 0.3. Oops. Negative 0.32 would be 374. Wait, no, not 2. Remember, there's a 0, 1, and 2. So 2's here. When you get down on there, don't get lazy about that like I just did. Right there is 0.3745. So let's go back over here. So 0 is 0.5. Negative 0.32 is 0.74. Oops. 5. Yep. Okay, so if this right here is your 0.3745, we're going to subtract from 5. 0.3745 is going to give you 0.1255. So, sorry for the mess here. Let me try this again. So it's going to be 0 and then negative 0.32. And right here is going to be 0.1255. Okay. Next one is another 2. So positive 97 is, I don't know, right there, 0.97, and then negative 2 something is down here, negative 2.15, and we're looking for the between. That looks like a kind of a bigger number than the 1.2 from above. Okay, so let's see, go to the negative table for 2.14, go to 2.1, go over to 0.05, and you're going to get, let's see, 0.0158. So think about that. That's that little bit right there, okay? And then positive 97, you're going to go in the positive chart and go down to 0.9 and over to 0.07, you're going to get 0.8340. So that's from here this way, okay? So I have this is 0.0158, and the whole thing is this, so I need to subtract. So this number minus 0.0158, and I'm going to get 0.8182. That seems reasonable. Okay. All right, this one is another way to say between. Okay, between. All right, the Z space, the area that we're looking for is between there. So 0's here, and 0.92, that's not exactly in the middle, but oh well, 0.92, just a sketch. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Looks a little off, in fact. I don't like that one. A little too much off. Okay. Z. Okay, 0's in the middle. 9.2 is right there, and between is right here. All right. So 0 is a 0.5. 0.92 on the positive chart. You go down to 0.9, over to 0.2, and you're going to get 0.8212, and you need to subtract. So, because remember, from here to here is the 0.8212, and from here to here is 0.5. So I need to subtract them to get this one right here. So 0.8212 minus 0.5 equals 0.3212. Sorry if there's any errors in that one. All right. So if you have a Z, well, that really looks awful. If you have a Z, all right, that is less than. See the less than? That's a less than symbol, okay? That means it's to the left. So if 0 is here, 277's way up here. So this is all of this. This is going to be a big number. This is going to be 9 something, because it's all of this. Remember, from 0 this way is 5 something, and you add almost another whole half. It's probably going to be 9 something. So less than is to the left, and for you go to the positive table, and you go down to the 2.7, and you go over to the 0.07, and you're going to get 0.9972. That seems reasonable. Okay. And if it's a greater than, that means we're looking at a right tail. So 1.12 is over here. And remember, we're going to look up 1.12 on the table and get this side. So if you go to the positive chart, go down to 1.1, and you go over to 0.02, you're going to get 0.8686. That's going to be here. So we need to subtract it from 1 to get here. So 1 minus 0.8686 is going to give you 0.1314. And the last one is a between, right? So here's 0, 1.56, positive, and then negative 1, 2, 0 here, and then the between. All right, so we look up in the negative chart, we look up negative 1, 2, and 0 is the first column. Here, let's look at that just for a minute. negative 1, 2, 0 is the first column. So right here, 1151 is, this one is 1, 5, 1. And then the 156 on the positive chart, down to 1.5 over to 0.06 is 0.9406. And this one is here, right? This one is here. So you need to subtract. You're going to get 0.8255 for this center here. Okay?